Hi there, Dan here. The last episode was all about some basic maintenance of the rear XX1 Eagle derailleur. It will be same for the lower group sets derailleurs from Sram, especially Eagle technology. On this episode we are going to adjust this one. I'm going to show you probably one step on this process which you can go wrong with, and two steps I overlooked in the past. So let's start by going actually one step back from our last episode, which means we need to release the cable so that we can start with the limiting screw on the derailleur. Let's do it. The chain is on the smallest sprocket, so the highest gear, and the tool we need is the Torx T25. Now that the cable does not hold our rear derailleur, we will see exactly how our limiting screw works. We are going to adjust the movement of the derailleur outwards, so how far to the right it can go. And remember, this is the inside screw that will limit our derailleur going outwards, and the outside screw or bolt that will limit our derailleur going into the spokes or to the lowest gear. So this is the one. We need the 3mm Allen key, and now you will see how it looks like, and that's the step where some of us would make a mistake. So this is the bolt here, and look what's happening. While I'm screwing it in, you see the movement of the derailleur inwards, and now it goes outwards or to the right side. Now the mistake some of us would make would be attempting to set the pulley, the center of the pulley, with the center of this sprocket. And the thing is to set the center of the pulley, guide pulley, with the outward or outboard surface of this sprocket. So it's not going to be in line, but the pulley will be a little bit to the right. So we can say that this is centered now, and this is what we want to have. So you should see the center of this pulley is now not in line with the center of the sprocket, but with the outboard surface of it. That means we're going to be able to shift to the highest gear easily, and still the chain will not go off, because also the cable will hold to it, but the limiting screw would not make this shifting from the, in this case, from 11th to 12th gear more difficult. That's the thing we should do. Now it's time for the bar adjuster. First, thread it all the way in, like this, so no movement more possible, and then go back a little bit, maybe just like that. That means you're gonna be able to adjust the cable tension both ways. So you're gonna be able to increase the tension of the cable or decrease it. So you're gonna have it just like that. It's time now to assembling the cable back as it was. Now, short side notes, my friend. This derailleur just has been raced last Sunday, and my friend wanted to have a ride on my bike just before the race. He hit the tarmac full of, like, covered with the ice, and he crashed. And so this derailleur was crashed. It might not be in perfect shape as it's supposed to be, so we'll see how it changes the gears at the end. But I'm just going to show you the whole process of adjusting the derailleur. So back to the process. I'm also assuming that at this point you have also your chain installed, so I'm not doing it here on this episode. If you look at the bike and you think, this chain is too long, yes it is. I'm not shortening it just yet because I'm gonna get some larger chainring in the front. I'm not sure how much larger it will be, so the chain is still just as the original. Alright, you've got this, we are almost there. Now we're going to shift to the lowest gear and adjust the other limiting screw. And the difference between the low limit and high limit screw is that here with the highest gear we were lining up the center of the pulley with the outside surface of the sprocket, and here with the lowest one we are just lining the center of the pulley with the center of the sprocket, so we are not going any further. And now we are using the outside screw, so this one. You're not gonna see this exactly because the tire is on the way of the camera, but now you can see that the derailleur will go further than the center of the sprocket. So I'm screwing the limiting screw in, and now it doesn't go any further and it's in line with the sprocket, maybe a little bit too much, just slightly, and a bit back, and I think we are there. And now we're going to adjust the chain gap, so the distance between the upper pulley, the guide pulley, and our lowest gear. And here are two steps I overlooked in the past. Here's the first step. The full suspension bike will change its geometry and also tension of the chain, and while we are changing the tension of the chain gap will also change. So we should be adjusting the chain gap while the damper is compressed to our sag. That means I'm gonna let the air out, put the bike on the floor, push it to my 23, let's say, % of a sag, and then I'm gonna be doing what I will show you next. And this is the second step. I didn't even know that SRAM actually have this chain gap tool. I mean, you always want to adjust the right distance between the guide pulley and the sprocket, but this is very useful. So if you got the bike used, or maybe you buy some parts like OEM, maybe they don't have this, use it, and I'm gonna show you how to do it with this derailleur. So this groove right here, this is the shape of the guide pulley, so the upper pulley. This groove right here, this is the shape of the lowest gear on the cassette, or the largest sprockets. And now we're gonna use the 3mm screw right here in order to adjust the gap. We need to use the 3mm Allen key once more. So these two were the limiting screws, and the one here on the top, that's the screw which is going to change the chain gap, or the distance between the guide pulley and the cassette. Okay, let's go. So now it fits to the guide pulley, and we're gonna be matching the groove on this tool, you will see it right now, to the cassette. Now don't make the mistake of simply putting it just like this and matching just one teeth. You need to have the cassette exactly on all the grooves, so it has to go a little bit further, like that, not like this, a little bit further. Okay, and now I can see it's a little bit too far, so by unscrewing the bolt I see the distance is now decreasing, and this is it. All right, so use this tool and make sure you don't use it like this. You need to use all the grooves, so this whole shape should be like that. It's kind of weird because part of it is just behind the cage, but this is how it's supposed to work. Okay, we're gonna see it better from this side. This is how it's supposed to be, like that. I think you can see it right now. So the whole cassette matching the grooves on the tool. Alright, we can say that the job is almost done. The only thing we need to do right now is to adjust the cable tension. And so, if the chain won't be very quick in going down the cassette, then we need to thread the barrel adjuster in. So, clockwise into the shifter. But I see it's working pretty well. Maybe here, a little bit of hesitant it is here. Now it goes down nicely. If the chain doesn't want to go up, then we need to unthread it, right? So we are putting more tension on the housings. Let's see how it works. It is actually pretty good. So I'm gonna go back to the place where it didn't work perfectly. That was somewhere here, right? Yeah, that was this one. So I'm gonna thread it in by maybe like 10 degrees, 15 degrees, little, very little. Okay, slower. A little bit more. So maybe 10 degrees more. Okay, this is cool. We're gonna check out the multiple shifting. This is great. We are ready for Sunday race. Cool guys, thanks for watching. You can ask more questions on our SIGBiker forum. I'm gonna meet you there. Bye bye. Now there is 2 additional media which are going to connect our community, and I invite you all to join, which is the SIGBiker forum and the SIGBiker Facebook group. On the Facebook group we're gonna talk about different things, share the pictures and just talk about what we do, which is somehow connected to cycling. And here on the forum it's more about asking questions and finding the answers, the solutions. There's tons of very helpful features here. We are working hard on this forum. We already have 7 members, so that's good. We are starting here. There are all my videos on the forum, so if you just click pretty much anything, there will be a list of my videos, so you can find all my my videos there. You can use the search box, which is very easy and helpful. I'm gonna read all your comments right there. And here also, this used to be the sigbiker.com website. This is my blog. It's been also moved right here. So if I'm reviewing something or creating some guide for you, it will be all there on my blog. So you are all welcome. I hope you will join. The links are in the description and in the post, in the comment, which is pinned. And I'm gonna see you also here and then in the next video. Bye bye.